Look, it's a llama. Now, I wish I could tell you what we are talking about in this week's Hot Button, but I can't. I'll just ruin the surprise.
Hello and welcome to Hot Button. Today we're talking about scams. Have you ever been a victim of a scam, or do you even know what to look out for? Well, personally, I was targeted by a phone scam just the other day.
Really?
I got an automated call from, someone claiming to be WestJet, and they said I was eligible for a prize as long as I entered in my personal information, blah, blah, blah. Now, considering I hadn't flown with WestJet in over a year, I was a little bit suspicious, but ironically enough, I actually had just picked up my boyfriend from a WestJet flight earlier that day, so I kind of thought that maybe it had something to do with that. Anyways, I eventually ended up hanging up, as I do with most automated messages, but I could see how an innocent person could fall for a phone scam like that.
Yeah, and it is amazing how it depends on what you're doing in your life. You could just easily just get caught in that trap of falling for a scam. And the whole scam industry is really interesting and quite horrible if you think about it. They're always looking for clever ways to, get your information and then, of course, get your money. Mm-hmm. And, they won't stop at doing things like intimidating or imitating reputable companies. And there's actually a name for that. It's called phishing.
Phishing for people?
Yeah, exactly. Phishing for their information. It's actually spelled with a P. And it's way more involved than just using a rod and a lure.
What? See, I didn't even know of phishing with a P until you just told me right now. I am a scammer's dream. I am a walking target.
Well, that's probably true because it's really hard to spot good phishing. You'll get an email or something and it'll look like you got an email from your bank. They'll have the right logo and all the links are going to look legit, and you click on it and then they ask for your personal information and you kind of wonder, oh, should I do it? And then you do, and you basically give your life away, and it's actually really bad. And it's also used for phony websites promoting some sort of scammy product or service.
Okay, so what do I do? How do I protect myself from being a target? What do you look out for? How do you know if it's real or not?
Well, you can't actually avoid being a target. If you use email or a telephone or social media, if you communicate with anyone, you're going to be a target for scams. So it's not about avoiding getting those communications, but rather figuring out how to discern them. So really ask questions. If you get an email from a friend that's promoting this amazing new product, but you wouldn't have ever expected that friend to send you an email, well, maybe it's a scam. Really ask what's going on. If your bank's asking you for personal information, why would they need to do that if you already gave it to them when you were, opening up a bank account? So you should always be asking a question. And then there's, of course, the one easy internet rule. If it's too good to be true, it is.
Okay, asking questions.
Yeah.
Okay, I just need to defend myself here. Okay, I do ask those questions, and I don't just voluntarily give all my personal information away just on a whim, and I still somehow get wrapped up in the scamming biz. So a couple weeks ago, for example, I answer my phone, hello, Corinne speaking, and this man just says, you have a problem. So I was like, excuse me? And he goes on to tell me that my phone number has been calling him repeatedly, trying to sell some promotional garbage. I explained to him, well, I wasn't calling you trying to sell anything, and which he understood, but still somehow someone has tapped into my number and has been using it to call people. And I still, to this day, have no idea how that happened.
That's really weird.
Yeah.
And you know what? I can't even, how could that even happen? That is really strange. And that's the thing. The issue with scams really is that they're annoying and they're not going to go anywhere anytime soon because they just work. And then when they don't work,
Because there's people like me who fall for them.
Yeah, exactly. And then if they start not to work, the scam artists, yes, artists, will just come up with new and inventive ways to make them work. Now, what about you? Have you seen any crazy scams online? Have you ever been a victim? Or do you have any pointers of how to avoid being a victim of scams? Mail your tips to us with $50 enclosed, and we'll give you free Shaw services for a year. Okay, just kidding. You can send them to us online. And remember the simple rule, if it's too good to be true, like free Shaw services, it is.